Hey, English one. So I wanted to take a second to kind of just re-summarize all the expectations of you for this rhetorical analysis. Everything that we've done in both our Romeo and Juliet units and this unit have been getting us to this moment. So it's a big moment, and it is your last grade in this class, and it's a test grade, so this is a biggie, right? Let's just review some of the skills. You are able to identify intended audience and intended purpose. You remember, and if you don't remember, I'm telling you now, as I've commented several times on several assignments, that rhetoric is persuasion. So the intended purpose is always to persuade, right? And I'm going to make that note right on this assignment. What does your speaker want your audience, or want his or her audience to do / think? They don't necessarily want them to act always, but it's a different frame of mind. Okay, you have been able to identify rhetorical strategies. That's important because it's going to be a key component of your thesis. You've identified rhetorical appeals, ethos, logos, and pathos. You've identified bias in that critiquing the media exercise, and you've identified soapstone just most recently. You can critique the use of rhetorical devices in the media. You did that with that critiquing the media exercise. So your task is now to synthesize, to marry all of these skills, and to write one complete rhetorical analysis of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from Birmingham jail. If you have not read it, you are going to struggle with this, and it's going to be very clear to me that you did not read it, okay? So please make sure you read it once, twice, and 3 times. In other words, you will analyze how Martin Luther King Jr. convinces his audience, and then I've said there, remember, rhetoric is persuasion, to act or think in a specific manner. You're going to want to use every single document that we've done, especially during this digital learning period. So to be successful in this essay, you should write an introduction that includes the elements of soapstone. Guess what? You've already found soapstone. That was your exercise from last week, so that's easy. You just have to take all that information and construct an introductory paragraph. Your thesis statement, which is of course the last sentence of the paragraph, should include his intended purpose and 3 of the rhetorical strategies he employs to convince his audience. You need to write 3 distinct body paragraphs that include cited evidence representative of the ideas included in your thesis statement and includes significant analysis of that evidence. So I'm saying like 3 to 5 sentences minimum. In your analysis, ask yourself, how does this specific strategy prove I'm credible, provide proof of my argument, or appeal to a specific emotion of my audience? And of course, when I say I or my audience, I'm talking on behalf of Martin Luther King Jr. Write a conclusion paragraph that makes a universal implication. What effect does this piece of writing, in this case, letter from Birmingham jail, have on the notion of justice? Proofread all your work twice. Write in MLA format. I will not be showing you how to do that. You know how to do that, and if you don't, I trust you can access prior resources, works that you've already submitted to me that are in MLA format. And I trust that you'll be using the comments that I've written to correct your MLA format. And you'll include a works cited page consisting of only one source, letter from Birmingham jail. No other citations are necessary because this is not a research paper. So all the commentary should be the words of your own, not those found on the internet or of your peers. And then I've attached the rubric, which is the rhetorical analysis rubric that we use in AP. Of course, I'd be a lot more lenient on y'all than I would be on my AP kids, but it's just 6-point rubric. And you get the first rubric with the thesis point. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm about to do another screencast in which I'll talk to you about how to go about selecting the evidence you want to use to critique, and we'll go from there. All right, so stay tuned for part 2.